Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Let me know if the music is too low, if the music is too loud. Whatever. If the music is too music, I would love to know. Fantastic. Music's good. I'm so glad. It's the shirt. We finally worn it. I finally wore it today. It was a little bit warmer today, so I know. We're here. We did it. Oh my goodness. Yes. Hello, everyone. It does. It fits perfect. It's also very soft. So thank you, Timber. That's a big old mug. It is, isn't it? My mommy bought this for me. It says, "Life is better on the farm," and it's almost the size of my head. Large. Mm-hmm. Goof complete. Finally, it's not just background anymore. It's on a body. We've done it. Yeah, one of our trees, one of the apple trees is covered in blossoms. Spring! It is arriving. It's very exciting. All of the other trees are like, fuck that. But one tree, one singular tree was like, I've got this, guys. Hold my beer. Sandy, welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate it. Spring, it is sprunging. Yes. I've been baking a lot recently, as some of you know. I made carrot muffins today, and they're so good. My kid took the muffin, licked the top, and went, no. Put it down. Which is fine, because that means Sam and I get to eat all of them, so whatever. I'm a bit ham on baking this weekend as well. What is that? What is it about this weekend? I was like, I'm gonna just bake a bunch of stuff, and I have, and it's been lovely. You know what it was for me, for our house? It was pancake day. Because I made so many pancakes on pancake day and was like, God, you know what? At the end of the day, it's all just dump flour in a thing and add some other stuff and mix it and then either bake it or fry it. And it's not that complicated. So I've done a few more throw things in a bowl and then mix them up and then bake or fry them type things since then. Oh no, gluten-free baking is tricky. We try to gluten-free bake quite a bit as a family because my father-in-law can't have any of it. And yeah, the number of times that I make, oh my God, I think probably the worst thing was when the dandelions were in full bloom and I was making dandelion fritters, which with normal flour were incredible. Tasted so good. And I was like, I can't imagine gluten-free flour making a big enough difference for them to not be delicious. I was incorrect. I did everything exactly the same, just had gluten-free flour instead, and they tasted awful. And I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I guess I should go for a different, like not flour, right? Like treat them a bit differently. But yeah. I made myself gluten-free pizza dough today. Let me know how it goes. I remember trying to make gluten-free thin cookies once for a friend, and they ended up as one giant sheet of kind of cookie. It is. It's amazing. And then right after I put this shirt on, I was flipping through, short form content, and somebody was talking about bees. They were talking about how they've been a beekeeper for years, and they were like, here are some of the ways that hives might die, and it's always really sad when hives die, but it could be one of these reasons. And one of them was that a mouse moves in. He was like, sometimes if you don't plug up the holes well enough, a rodent will just move in. And I had a whole hive die because a mouse just moved into the hive. And somebody in the comment section was like, how the fuck did that mouse not die the second it went in the hive? The only comment response was, it had a small sword. And I was like, it had a small sword. Mm-hmm. So there's a theme today, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Hollow Knight. I love you. I love you, Hollow Knight. I've done exactly 2 things on Blue Sky so far. I made that shitpost tweet as my very first tweet ever, and then I reposted someone's Hollow Knight fan art. That's all I've done. That's all I've done on that website so far. I think so. Yeah, I don't regret either of those things. I was like, either I need to now follow up with actual posts or do more reposting of other people's shit. And I did neither of those things. So my feed is literally just the Maya shitpost picture, which I showed to Sam, and he was like, this doesn't make any sense. I'm not on Blue Sky. I was like, Sam, can you just appreciate the picture? Can you just appreciate the picture for what it is and how I used it? He was like, but I'm not on Blue Sky. So you're shouting at no one. I'm living for the discourse of what they're trying to call posting on Blue Sky. What are they trying to call posting on Blue Sky? Skibbiting? Skibbity bopping? Skeets? So much worse. I was trying to come up with the stupidest thing I could. Skeets is pretty bad. Bloops. Yeah. I would bloop and re-bloop. That's fun, I think. Hey man, thanks for the re-bloop. Big fan. I appreciate your bloops. I read all of them. So that's what I will be calling them. Bloops. Because I like it and it makes me laugh. Oh, goodness. This shit doesn't bother me until I'm looking at myself. And then I'm like, aliens, you know? I really need to just keep hair clippies out here. I think that would be smart. Ah, skeet, 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 skeet. Yes, or just actually cut my hair, which would be ideal. Sometimes this helps. Doing the 2 ponytail thing. This is what I do for Clark. Oh, I'm so glad everybody's enjoying Geekenders so much. We like doing it. I know, I mean, not that this helps you see how long it is, but yeah, it's gotten long. The other day, Sam was like, so are you growing it out on purpose? Are you growing it out? And I was like, no. Because it looks like you're growing it out. I was like, I know it does. I'm not trying to, is the point. Sam was role-playing in GTA that he was playing League. He was playing League. I'm pretty sure he was playing League for real. Why is it dexbonus.co.uk, not just dexbonus? So the way that Blue Sky works, correct me if I'm wrong, you have check everybody's name. Everybody's name has like an address at the end, and one of the ways that you can basically like self-verify instead of using like Twitter's check marks, instead of verifying that way, you can use your own domain and have the end of your Blue Sky handle be that domain. And then it's like, you had to verify that through the existence. So we have a website. So Amariel was like, let's just verify you with our existing domain. And then you're verified, right? So it's nice. It sort of leaves it in your own hands to verify yourself and, you know. Taco Prawn, welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you very much for subscribing. He was playing League in and out of RP. Oh, I see. Yeah, because I was going to say, he came to bed and was like, I was trapped. I was trapped in the longest court case ever. So one of the other people on the force and I just started playing League. Oh gosh, don't worry. There's nothing here that is like subscriber locked. So don't feel like you're missing out on anything by not subscribing. You aren't. It is totally aside from emotes. It's totally a, you know, if you want to go for it, but you can still watch all the same content, talk and chat as much as you want, etc. So no worries. Oh my god. Yes, my shirt is a Small Saga reference. Our lovely mod, Tamber Majoran, made it for us. When Small Saga came out, one of the top reviews on Steam of the game just said LGBT rat berserk. So that's the shirt. Yeah, it's amazing. I love it. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. When you said Small Saga, I thought you meant like a small reference to the comic Saga. No, Saga's great, but no, there's an actual video game named Small Saga. And I loved it. I loved it. I thought it was so good. It didn't overstay its welcome. It was a lovely turn-based action RPG. I just thought it was great. There's a free short game about a sheep called Sheepy. Nice. Yeah, Small Saga got really high up there on my best game of 2023 list. I think most people expected Oily Timmy to win. Here's the thing, and it's not like Oily Timmy was made by one of the like #1 top game companies or anything. But somebody at one point when we were doing the tournament, so to speak, was like, it's a bit depressing that we almost exclusively play indie games, and this is the closest thing to a AAA title that we've played all year, and it's gonna win. I was like, don't say that! Don't say that! That pisses me off. It was good. It was a really good game, dude. It was a good fucking game, alright? It deserved the win. It deserved the W, so to speak. We didn't shun it. It won. Just, you know. Sometimes a budget really helps you do a lot. You know, money helps. It does help. Helps a lot. Gross. Ha 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 ha. Hold on. I blew and a huge bug came out. But then when I went, I could feel something else just right on like the edge, on the nostril edge, you know? And I was like, that's gonna piss me off if I don't get it out of there. So here we are. I was waiting for the details. You are so welcome. The air. That look of surprise. It's kind of like, you know those videos of people helping their lizards get the shed out of their nose? It's like that. They take little tweezers and they just pull like the little bit of skin out of their nose and they go, is that? They're great. Oh, they're great videos. They're very satisfying. Because, you know, lizards shed. And the inside of their nose and like their little like head holes, all their head holes have like little bits of skin that get stuck in them. And sometimes they can't get them out very easily. So sometimes owners will like take little tweezers and just go. Better than the way people get boogers out of toddlers, I guess. Do you mean the little thing? Or do you mean the sucky thing? I couldn't do the sucky thing. I was always too worried that I was gonna suck up a booger. So, I didn't do them. I didn't do that. But I did use that thing. You said it? Said what? Booger? Booger. Yeah. Yeah, there's a few different things. Because, like, babies can't blow... I know this is a thing maybe you haven't thought about. Babies can't blow their noses. Much like with many, 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 many things that are quality of life upgrades. For a while there, the parent has to figure out how to do that for them. Getting snort out of the nose is one of those things. It's one of those things that we have to figure out. Babies need to get good. A booger snatcher. That's good. I like that. They get good. It just takes a long time, dude. My kid is just finally starting to get good, you know? And we're on year 6 now. It's the baby's whole arc. Yeah. Yeah, I think something that I do not miss, something I really don't miss about the little baby stage is this. Constantly wiping the drool and the snot. Constant drool snot sessions. Constant. Wiping. All day long, dude. You'd think it would be the butt. It's not. It's not. Trying to keep rashes from showing up. If you leave the drool for too long, they get a rash. Wipe. They're drooling. All day long, they're drooling. And then their nose is drooling. And you're like, oh my God. Wipe from the nose, wipe the face, wipe the nose, wipe the face. But then if you wipe too much, maybe they'll get a rash anyway. Bro. And I'm around little kids often enough that I still do it. I I still get the op, you know? I don't miss it because I'm still doing it. They're so wet and sticky. They are. Yes, they're wet and sticky all the time. Oh my God. We've bought, I think, like 4 or 5 different jewelry things. I don't know if it's because her teeth are trying to push through, but Clark's always been like a chewer. And we've tried to get her jewelry many times, which are basically like chewing necklaces and things. She hates how hard they are. No matter how soft of one we get, it's never soft enough. And it's been ramping up at school enough that they were like, hey, have you guys considered getting her a chew something? And I was like, absolutely. We've bought her chew somethings. She hates them. So it's hard because it's really, for some reason, it has to exist. Because I know my kid is not the only kid in the world that's like, the thing I want to chew on is fabric. I know my kid isn't the only one. There has to be something out there that is like, here you go. Here's a thing that isn't going to get nasty, disgusting, that can help give that same feedback. I just can't find it. I'm having a lot of trouble finding that. Maybe your child's a cat. She is. Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know. Well, my kid's turning 6. Yeah, a lot of her comfort tics are ramping currently, and it might just be because she's got like wobbly teeth and stuff now. So it might just be that. I don't know. But either way, I'd like to give her an option that isn't, because she chews on her clothes at school. And the teachers are like, we'd rather she didn't. If possible. We know it's not, we're not like blaming her or trying to make her feel bad about it. But like, you know, if there was another thing that she wanted to chew that wasn't her dress, maybe that would be good. And I'm like, I agree, dude. I fully agree. So I don't know. I'm like one step away from just taking some fabric that she likes and, you know, stuffing it a little bit and just making like a little something, and just being like, chew this, you know. But then we have to wash it every day, which is fine. We have to watch stuff every day anyway. So maybe it's fine. I want it to be something that she's doing it like it's not like consistent times that she does it. So like saying, here, just take, you know, a handkerchief or a neckerchief or whatever. I don't trust that to stay on her. Does that make sense? At the time that she like compulsively wants to chew on a thing, I don't trust that she's going to take the time to go grab the thing or always keep it in her pocket, which is why I liked the idea of a necklace. Something that, just like, even if we just took string and then I made a little something and it just hung on there. I don't know. I know. Maybe, some of you might be showing up after I've already explained this. My kid hates chew toys, the ones that you can buy. We've bought a bunch of them of all different textures, all different hardnesses. She does not like them. She doesn't like them. She wants fabric. So this is the issue that we've run into. And now I'm like, are there ones that simulate fabric that I wouldn't have to clean all the time? I don't think there are. I think I have to just, you know, if I want to like support her and give her something that she can use that isn't as destructive with like her hair and her clothes and stuff, I think I might just have to make it. That's fine. It is hard, yeah. It seems like it's usually, she likes blankets, like sort of sturdy fabric. So we'll go through my fabric. We'll go through the like 100% cotton stuff. And I'll be like, what do you want, homie? Terry cloth sensory bite bands. Holy shit, fabric bite bands. What the shit? Might be worth a shot. They're just like little necklaces. Little fabric necklaces. They're big. They're probably a lot bigger than what she'll want to wear, but might be worth a try. But it looks like the right sort of, like a lot of the other ones, the like braided ones and stuff, they look too hard. Did you find good wallpaper for the kitchen? I think so. I got some feedback. I hit up a few of my artist friends and was like, hey, here's some different wallpapers. What do you think makes the most sense? And they all like, gave me the exact same feedback. So I was like, great. So, yeah, so I measured the walls today and I bought it. I had a conversation with Sam last night. I got really sad yesterday. It was just a bad brain day anyway. But I got really sad yesterday because I was like, man, you know, like, I haven't lived near my parents in a really long time. I try to call them, you know, occasionally and stuff, but I haven't lived near them in a really long time. And my dad knows how to do so much. He has so much knowledge about so many random things. It's where I get the like multiple interest thing from, right? Like he wanted to know how to do so many different things and he just learned, right? Mine has just gone in a more like a hobbyist artist craft sort of direction, and his was a lot of like building, machinery, mechanic sort of stuff. And I was like, man, there's so many things that I want to do, and if I lived near my dad, it would be so easy to be like, hey, can you like come help me figure out how to do this, you know? But I don't have that. It's not an option. And I was talking with my mom about it. And my mom was like, you know, Sam is the me in this situation. Like, I was always super down to help. I wanted to be involved. But I was not the idea man. You know, I wasn't the person who was coming up with the ideas, who was like really on fire to like do these things. And she was like, you in the relationship that you're in right now, you are your dad. So there's no, you know, you have to be the person who's like, I want to figure out how to do this enough that I'm going to learn. That's your role currently. And I was like, you're right. I was talking about it with Sam, and Sam was like, yeah, she's right. He was like, I'm so down to help you with anything that you want help with, but I'm not going to come up with any ideas for any of this shit. That's you. That's like, so yeah. I woke up this morning and I was like, I have to be Steve. I have to be the person who is bullheaded enough to just be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna learn and figure it out. And sometimes I struggle with that because I'm like, what if it goes wrong? I have to kill the part of me that cringes, you know? If it goes wrong, it's a lesson. Yeah. Yeah. It's hard with a house because it feels like if something goes wrong, it's either a big waste of time or a waste of money. But, you know, hopefully next time you do it different, right? Kill the part of me that cringes. Deep knowledge. Yeah. It's, you know, I read that a long time ago and I think about it a lot. For sure. It takes a certain amount, like, you know, people get made fun of all the time for calling people to fix simple things. But I think if we're being real, you need to have a base of knowledge in a thing to even know if something is simple to fix to begin with. If people will get shit on for like taking a car in for something really small, but it's like, if you know nothing about cars, how are you supposed to know that that was an easy thing to fix? You don't, you know? So unfortunately, like, it feels like with like house projects, the first big part is like figuring out what even needs to happen to complete that idea in the first place, you know? And then with that sort of base understanding, you can be like, okay, which parts of this do I think I can learn how to do? You know, can I do any of this? I don't know. I don't know yet. So, but I like working on stuff. I like fixing stuff. I like opportunities to be creative. Like building things, you know, that's all stuff that makes me feel very in sort of a wee woo way, very much like this is the thing that makes me feel like I'm meant to be doing this, you know? So I want to take opportunities to do that instead of being like, fuck it, I'll just hire somebody who's been doing this for 10 years. It's fine. I'll just get somebody else to do it, you know? It just means I'm saddling myself up for way more work because I have to learn first. Yeah. Oh, I'm very sorry about that. But that's so true. Muster up the audacity to do the thing. Yeah. Yeah. I teach Clark how to do all kinds of weird shit. But again, it's all crafting stuff, you know. So we had a family member over a couple weeks ago, and Clark was doing something, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, you guys are so good about like teaching Clark how to do like all of these random things." And Sam was like, "Not me." He was like, "That's not me. That's all her." But you know, it's also Clark wants to know how to do it. If I leave something out, she'll be like, "What's this? How does it work? What do you do with it?" You know? She picked up a scarf and was like, "Did we make this? We made this, didn't we? What did we use to make this? Can we make another one? What yarn is this? Do we still have some of it?" Like, I also just have a kid that won't stop asking questions. So it's you know, we're a good / terrible team up. My mother-in-law has 2 Dashin mixes. They definitely have Dashin in them. They're little sausage things, right? And we were looking for easy beginner sewing patterns, and one of them was a sweater. It's like a sausage dog sweater, and it's so simple. And I was like, oh my god! So we bought it, and now I guess we're gonna make a sweater. There's 2 of them. One of them 100% refuses to wear clothes. The other one loves them. So Sam used to draw a lot. Sam and I both grew up drawing all the time. I think he's a very creative, artistic person, and he doesn't have a current hobby that allows him to use it, really. So I consistently try to encourage him to like, oh, you should, you know, play with clay with us, or, you know, do some drawing with us, or, you know, because you just don't know what's gonna reignite that a little bit. And I think it would be good for him to have a way to like use that, you know? Yes. Oh my gosh, we went into a Warhammer store. Cuz again, he really wants to start the books, and they had a bunch of the novels, but they did not have any of the ones that he wanted to grab, unfortunately. But yeah, but of course, Clark was with us, and she was like, I want to get a model. Can we get a model? Can I learn how to paint them? And Sam was like, honey, we can't start this. I was like, why not? You and Clark could start doing models. Why not? That would be fun. And he was like, honey, no. I think he'd like that. I agree. Clark gets Warhammer or she gets University, not both. Oh my goodness. The very first thing that she picked up was a Nurgle model. And I was like, no, we don't need to be doing that. Problem is, so many good board games come with models nowadays. That's true. I'm about to start my second army. It's hell. Nurgle, this is a Slanesh house. We don't have a 3D printer. Potentially there might be a library nearby that has one. It really depends. Some libraries offer a lot of stuff like that, and but most of them aren't able to have things like that, so I don't know. That's what I said. I was like, honey, if you want to paint models, go for it. we're not going to start with these though. And the guy at the store was like, we do have free models. We have free models if you want to try it out. I was like, shut up. Stop. What is this gateway free model bullshit? I think they do. They have like a table that has like a big hobby table sign. So I think probably they have like specific nights that people come in and just paint, and they have, you know, free models to give people if they want to come and do some painting. First one's free.
Hey kid, you wanna buy Warhammer? First one's free.
Everybody gets one. But yeah, you can totally find cheap models, right? I feel like... Is it just acrylics that are used with models? Mostly. We have acrylics. So, we have paint she could use. My nearest Warhammer store often has kids paint free models and the parents go shopping. That's cute. Yeah, I'm not saying like what paints do pros use? What paints do you use if you're trying to like get like the best finish? Just if acrylics are an acceptable thing to use that's not gonna slough off and die on a model for a 5 to 6 year old to try out, then yeah, cool, we've got acrylics. Yes, Jesse has some of those. Some of the ones that are just like cute animals going on adventures. He has those. It's a difficult balance of what's okay for a kid to use while also being actually good. So, my kid paints a lot. She does a lot of like arts and crafts shit. So, it's not about like in this context and how I'm asking the question, it's not really, you know, what's going to be safe for her to use. What is she not going to put in her mouth? It's more like, I'm not going to get a bunch of like super expensive paints for my notably very artistic child to try out model painting for the first time, right? So again, if acrylics are fine, then acrylics are fine and we're good. That is so true. I have put the paintbrush in my mouth the wrong way around. On accident. Have you put the paintbrush in your teacup or drank from your paint water? Fortunately, I really love the way that the water changes color in the paintbrush cup. So I only use see-through glass for that. So we never have an issue of being like, is this the paint mug? I don't use mugs for that. I only use see-through glass. Mm-hmm. He's an empty Chobani container. That's also smart. Yo, yogurt pots? Yeah, I keep resisting. There's this this set that is supposedly on Amazon. I refuse to look because I don't need it, but it's like a whole ass thing. It's all silicone. It's like a silicone mat with a pop-up thing to put water in to wash your brush, and like little bits to hold the brushes up, and like it's basically like a whole kid's like mat with everything that they need to paint, right? Like places to put everything, places for cleaning things, all of that. And I'm like, that's so cute. And it's so nice that it's all in one thing. But I think there was a time when this would have been really good for us. And we're past it. I think we're past it. Trying to contain my child into this much space when there's paints out is nonsense. Paint me like one of your minifigures. You could. Guys, you could finish painting a model today. You could work on your model today. You could paint. You could paint today. Fun is for when adulting is done. Adulting is never done. Blech. Mm-hmm. I got, you know those bingo dotters? Those little bingo dot things? I got empty ones of those. Because we, like many families probably, get glue sticks and then someone, I don't need to name any names, someone leaves the lid off and then a whole perfectly good glue stick dries up and dies. And then we get more, and then they dry up and die. And it just feels wasteful. It just feels wasteful. And I saw a video where this person was talking about how they use those bingo daughters with watered down India ink as like a easy, like refillable thick marker basically to use in her classroom. And she was like, but they're really nice because, you know, you can water down acrylic paints, or some people use them to make refillable glue sticks. And I was like, pardon? Oh my God. That's so smart. So I bought a couple of those. And we made a little glue stick out of a bingo daughter. And I will say, so far, we've only used it a little bit. It doesn't apply as much glue as a glue stick. Like with the glue stick, if you put enough force on it, it'll leave behind like a decent amount of glue. The bingo daughter, not that much glue is able to get through at one time, you know? I'm also wondering if the glue as it is a bit too thick. And I don't know if you can water down glue with anything. But currently, it's a bit thick. Just PVA glue. You can water down glue. It'll just take a bit longer to dry. That's okay. PVA can be thinned out with water. That's why I love chat. Okay, sick. I'm gonna take that shit, add a little bit of water, and try it again. That's how paper mache works. Oh, right. Yeah, of course. That's really funny. I didn't even think about that. You're absolutely right. Mm-hmm. Sick. So yeah, I'll add some water and I'll report back and I'll let you know how it goes. In case you too would like to make your own weird refillable glue stick. My brain keeps saying it should be watered down with milk. Maybe so that it maintains color. Like PVA glue looks kind of like milk. So surely milk would be better than water. Is that what your brain's doing? Because I get it, but it is funny. Yeah, we have a huge one like this that I think we got off of Amazon forever ago. But, you know, again, unfortunately, if you give that to a 5-year-old, they go and the two ways with glue that I found work the best when it comes to like the PVA glue, right? Painting it. A little bit of glue in a pot with a paintbrush. Let them paint on glue. Works great. The other one is, this is another thing that I learned from a teacher, is if you've got like a little pot like this and you can cut up a sponge to fit in the pot, add a little bit of glue in, and let the glue like soak into the sponge basically. And then whatever it is they need glue on, they can take and just press onto the sponge and it'll just have glue on it. Those two ways have worked really well in our house. But you know, again, as your kid gets older, they want more control over how they're doing shit. And glue sticks are nice for that because they're portable and etc. Sponge idea is great. Sponge idea also I think would be great if you have like sticky finger sensory stuff. If you're like, I just don't want anything on my hands, which I totally get. If you don't want like weird shit on your hands, or if your kid doesn't, I think this is the play because you can literally like just take a thing, right? I'm trying to just find a thing. You can just take a thing and like just press it down onto the sponge and lift it back up, and you most likely won't get anything on your hands, which is nice. Yes. Happy to pass it along. I learned it from a teacher. Happy to pass it to a teacher if it's helpful. Milk would add a new dimension to the project. Smell. Now in 4K. Oh my God. So, sorry, another kid thing. I know. We've gotten into audiobooks. I feel like if you have a kid that really liked Tonys at all, or got into Tonys at all, Clark's sort of like gone off of them, but they're basically amiibos, but for like tiny kids, and they put them on a little speaker, and the speaker like plays a thing, and a lot of them are stories, so they're kind of like little action figure audiobooks. So I got a notification through email basically being like, hey, you have an Audible account. You know, from forever ago when Co-optional Podcast was sponsored. You still have that. Did you know that? And I was like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing. I don't. I did not remember that I had an Audible account. And I was like, you have lots of credits. You should use those maybe. And I said, sure, I'll do that. Went on there. And the very first thing that it suggests, I think because, you know, it's all tied up into Amazon and Kindle and like all that shit. It knows that I've been looking at kids' books a lot. So I go onto Audible and it immediately was like, did you know that we have a bunch of like fully voice acted Hilda stories? And they're each like an hour and a half long. And I was like, I didn't know that. And they're like, they don't even cost anything. Do you want them? So I grabbed one of them and played it for Clark while we were, again, doing arts. This is why I thought of it, while we were doing arts and crafts yesterday. And she loved it so much that she asked to listen to it again. And then I was like, there are other ones, you know? And so we downloaded all of them. And she listened to another one this morning. They're great. They're really good. If you like Hilda, if you liked the show Hilda or the graphic novels or any of that, they're really good. Yeah, I think the voice actor for Hilda is the same, and her mom are the same people. A few people they swapped out for sure. But the voices that you're used to hearing the most, I think, are all the same people. They're really good. They're very cute. I did. I spent credits on some Terry Pratchett shit. But that's it so far. I got Terry Pratchett shit, and that's it so far. Everything else, the Hilda stuff, I got Wind in the Willows and Secret Garden, and they have a collection of like all of the Peter Rabbit shit. All of that was just like included if you have an Audible membership, which I still did from forever ago. So anyway, if your kid likes audiobooks, or if you like audiobooks and you enjoy Hilda, yeah. Maybe throw a Hilda on. They're really good. I can't speak to any of the other ones. In the future, maybe I'll be like, guys, the Wind in the Willows narration is fire, but I can't say that yet. So, hashtag not sponsored. Audible, where are you at? You stopped sponsoring every podcast on the planet. You could do that again. I have one. It's called Geekenders. And if, you know, then maybe I would talk to even more people about Hilda. I don't know. They're like, we don't even need it, dude. We're the #1 source for audiobooks. Barf. BBC Radio did a Moomin audiobook recently. Here's my thing. I mean, it's fine right now, but I've talked a lot about burning CDs for Clark. She's got a CD player now. She loves the couple of CDs that she has. And I keep trying to think of ways to like burn CDs of things that she enjoys. So if I have stuff on Audible, is there any way to burn that onto something? Probably not, right? Yeah. CD players. So fun for little kids, dude. It can just sit in their room. They can have the CDs in their room. They have full control over what songs they're putting on. They just need to learn how to use the interface, which is so simple. But like currently, she would have to, play music through my phone or something. She doesn't need to ask me anymore. For as long as she has the CD, she can just play it and choose the song. She uses it when she's, dancing, when she's playing pretend. She uses it in the bath, not in the actual water, obviously. But like, it's great. She loves it. So now I'm like, okay, maybe we should just go fully back to the 2000s and I can get a CD burner, get a CD drive and just burn CDs for her, right? But, again, that's the whole conversation of like, even if you've paid for something, do you even own it? Like, what is your sign of ownership of that thing if it's exclusively digital? And if you don't want it to be exclusively digital anymore, how do you do that? What's the option? What options do you have, When burned CDs get scratches. I mean, we lived. We lived with scratches. It's whatever. You can download your audiobooks off of Audible? Oh, interesting. I know. Bro, the number of people, like, you could do 1 degree of separation, I feel like. If you don't have a stack of CDs that were originally intended for burning, but then suddenly it became irrelevant and now they'll never be turned into anything, if you don't own that, you know someone who does. It's 1 degree. It's only 1 degree, I feel like, for everybody. Busted. It's me. It's my parents. My parents have that. I know exactly where it is as well. Legal ways, you can buy them from a music shop. You want to know what's crazy? Yesterday, Sam and Clark and I went to 5 different stores, thinking to ourselves, most of them probably won't have CDs. But one of them will. None of them. Like walk-in store, because we wanted her to be able to like pick a CD, right? So we were like, we'll just go to a few different stores. Originally, we were going to go to charity shops, but they were all closed by the time we got out there, unfortunately. We took too long. But we were like, there's music stores, there's electronic stores. We've driven all the way into like a bustling town. We'll just walk around. We'll find something, right? No one's selling CDs anymore. We went to bookstores. Oh my God. We went everywhere. We went to so many places being like, maybe. Yeah. people aren't selling them anymore, really. I'm still holding out hope. I'm not intending to do this weird finger thing. I'm still holding out hope about a charity shop, but also, you know, we've talked about using the library more. I know that you can check out CDs from libraries and stuff. Yeah, that's what I really enjoy. There's a part of me that really enjoys, you know, just the idea of like taking these things that I've bought digitally and making them physical. It feels like you're going backwards, but like, you know. Oh my God, I had a case like this. A huge CD case just filled with them. And you know, it got to the point, this is one of those rare moments where it's like, I haven't used this in 10 years. I'm just gonna get rid of it. It's one of those rare moments when you really regret that later. I was like, I haven't touched a CD out of this case in so long that it just doesn't make sense for me to keep it anymore. So I didn't. I like loaded all of the music from every CD onto iTunes at the time and got rid of them. And now I'm like, man, if only I still had those. It would have been amazing to give my kid like a giant book of CDs and be like, here you go, babe. That's for you. 4 of them are Backstreet Boys. I don't know. It's like flip through, dude. You know what's wild? My dad went really hard on mini discs, the like miniature DVDs. Those did not take off. That did not take off at all. Yeah. I had one mini disc. We still have a few. We have a mini disc player still, I think. It's gotta still. My dad's terrible at getting rid of shit. Where do I get it from? My dad's terrible at getting rid of it. I'm sure that we still have a mini disc player. Yeah, he was like, this is the future. The quality's amazing. This is it. They vanished so quickly. They did not take off at all. Yeah, they were like this big. Just itty bitty. They looked like what system was it? There was a handheld system, right? A PSP? Did they have like wind up using like the small discs? No. Yes? GameCube, I guess, as well. Yeah, that's true. UMDs, Universal Media Discs. Yeah. Cha, 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 cha. Universal, but only the PSP. Look, the idea was universal. One sec. Sorry, Sam texted me. He was like, is Clark going swimming? No. No, sir. Why does she think she is? It's my brother-in-law had texted this morning being like, hey, we're gonna go swimming this morning. Does Clark want to come? But we were playing. We were in the middle of a Funny Fairies game and it was heated and I missed the message. That's another one, dude. I should make a list. I should make one of the when the holidays come back around, I'm gonna be one of those like influencer parents that's like, here's things that I got my kid that they won't stop playing with. They fucking love it. Here's my list, 1 through 10. One of them would be Funny Fairies. This game, dude, it's so simple, okay? It's you have a board. It comes with 4 boards. You have a board and a bunch of cards, and the cards are all goofy limbs for fairy bodies, and you're trying to make a fairy body that that looks like a fairy, basically. So it's like you need like a face with a crown. You need a cute dress. You need cute shoes. You need a cauldron, and you need a wand, okay? But the cards are things like a clown face and a bee costume and holding a sub sandwich and, you know, just like a bunch of just goofy shit. So there are lots of different ways to play the game, but the like most basic way to play the game is you're trying to make a normal fairy instead of a funny fairy. She loves it. It's so simple. Literally, like, find items with the highest markup so you get more commission. Influence harder. You're right. You're right. Sam said adapt or die. He looked me in the eye on Valentine's and said adapt or die. You're so right. Do it as a short. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wait, yes, that would be the TikTok way, huh? Number 1, or wait, no. 1 through 10, starting with number 10, Funny Fairies. And then I do the whole spiel and then I'm like, to find out the rest, be sure to stick around for part 2. And then all of the comments are, normalize putting everything into one part. But I make sure that I talk enough that it's over a minute long so that I get paid. Free said the same thing. Don't worry, guys. I know all the tricks, okay? I've been around for a while. And then you get stitched by the guy that summarizes. Yes. Yeah. And then somebody stitches. I'll make sure it's Sam so that we still get paid, you know. And then Sam stitches and is like, number 9 was this. Number 8 was this. Number 7 was this. And then at the end he goes, you're welcome. And then all of the comments are, thank you, King. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need the synergy. We just need it all to feed back into the family, you know? It's like the people who go into YouTube comments and spoil top 10s. Yeah. Number 1 was this, by the way. Oh my god. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're right. While he's making the stitch, I'm just in the background, like living my life. I was in the guild. I was in, was it the last season? Or the second to last season? Yeah, I was a blogger or a vlogger, oddly enough. Mm-hmm. Any more plans for this? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes. The bookshelf! Yes. Also, my sister-in-law gave me tiny little pieces of wood so that I can finally put these on the wall. I tried to put these on the wall. I tried to attach them, but the bushiness here, too bushy. So they can't go up against the wall. So I was like, all right, I'm going to take wood blocks, put wood blocks on the wall, and then attach those to the wood blocks. So they added on to the sheep house yesterday, and I was like, hey, if you wind up with some weird shaped offcuts, give them to me, please. And like I said, I finally bought the wallpaper for the kitchen. So I'm really jazzed about that. And it's like a rainbow gradient, like a really soft rainbow gradient wallpaper, which is what I was gonna do with paint. But then realized, you know what, I could save myself a lot of time by just getting removable wallpaper that looks like what I want. Hi, Summer. How's the pooper? The kitchen was never red. The dining room is red. The kitchen is like a weird barfy minty color. Aww, BB. I'm glad. I'm glad you're having a good time with the poop. Yeah, and then I got influenced, but I think it'll be good influencing. I saw a person who had there's a specific window that like it feels like anybody on the property, if they want to like peep in and see exactly what's going on in our house, they just need to look through this giant ass window. And I was like, it would be nice if even just on the bottom of the window, we had some sort of a, you know, like one of those things you can get that obscures what's going on through the window. And I saw somebody who had one of those. Yeah, like a privacy film. Exactly. I saw somebody who had that, but it just looked like a bunch of like flowers. So like the bottom of the, pretend that the bottom of the window is like the ground, right? So it's just a bunch of flowers like growing out of the bottom of the window. And it looked so nice. And I was like, oh, color-wise, that would go perfectly with the wallpaper I literally just got. So I just got both. I got both of those things so that I can make a little bit of progress on the kitchen and feel better about it. And I think it'll be nice. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I've watched so many videos of people doing the like fake stained glass thing. There's a specific window in the house that I keep thinking to myself that would be a really fun project to do because the window isn't that big. But I don't know what design I would want to do on it, and I need to figure that out first. I'm not going to just wing it. So, will we ever get a barn tour? No, I'll never give a tour of anything on the property.
Sorry.
I'm sure you're lovely. There's somebody out there who's not lovely though, that will watch it and figure out exactly where we live, and I just don't want that. I don't want to invite that. So, oh my god, we don't need to like actually get into this, but I was talking with my mods today because on Geekenders it was brought up, the like AI video thing was brought up, and I was like, oh, I haven't seen any of that. And I went to go look it up after Geekenders and was immediately filled with this feeling of like, you know what? I think I've given the internet enough video of myself. I think I can, with peace in my heart, start to move away from video content. At this point, you could make a video of me doing literally anything. I don't need to keep feeding that monster. I don't, you know, like, I think I've just become a more and more private person as I've gotten older. And this shit makes me so uncomfy, so unbelievably uncomfortable. So yeah, I can't be a mushroom quick enough, to be honest. So creepy, so weird. Ugh. Also, I said we didn't need to talk about it, but the less like talking about it being creepy and we're just talking about like how, just kind of like the weird vibes of it, is I find it really interesting that some people are looking at this like, wow, we're really going towards a future where people can just watch their perfect movie. Like, they could just create whatever movie they want and watch it, and then, you know, and no one else will have ever watched that movie before. It'll be a movie just for them. And it feels so strange, like, you would never ever watch or experience anything that was intended to make you think ever again. You know, that was my first thought, was like, I think it's just a different ways of viewing art, you know? And you can be like, Dodger, the Transformers movies aren't art. Like, it's a movie, right? Somebody else made that movie. Someone else like created that story, made that movie, whatever, right? At the end of the day, it's the same process that anything else that you would call art goes through. I don't know. It's a very self-centered way to like approach media and art and all of these other things. You would fully sit in your own bubble forever. And I guess maybe some people do really want that, but you would miss out on like that community vibe of like, we all saw the same movie and it sucked, you know, or we all saw the same movie and it was amazing. Or we saw the same movie and we both took completely different things away from it. Like, let's discuss that, right? I don't know. Watching a movie and being like, no one else has ever seen this movie before. This was made just for me, exactly to the specifications of what I want out of a movie. Like, who would I talk to about that? Who would I talk to about that? It would be as boring as being like, I had a dream last night and it was so wild. Let me tell you every detail about it. And the other person would be like, okay, I hate this, but sure, go for it. It would be just like that. Ooh, forecast. Yeah. Big ick indeed. Yeah, and you know, yeah, that is when people talk about things that they're worried about, it's along those lines, the sorts of things that people are worried about with this, right? Is like, what's to stop a person from creating a video of you doing whatever they want, right? Like, what regulations do we have in place about that? We don't. We don't. It's exactly what Ross was talking about on Geekenders. So, anyways, we don't need to talk about it anymore. We can move on. We can move on to a different thing. But I just wanted you all to know, I did go watch those, and it freaked me the fuck out. It freaked me the fuck out, and I will be a mushroom. So help me God. I did the homework. Yeah. I did the homework, but not the homework anyone told me to do. I did some homework, and I regretted it immediately.
Yeah.
It'll probably, you know, we have to like design the character, make the model, rig the model, all of that. It'll take a while. But, and I figure, you know, I'll still show up on cam for like Geekenders and stuff. In classics like this. But yeah. I guess this is your formal heads up. I'll be moving away from like being on camera all the time. I guess the easiest way to start doing that would be just during game stuff. Go back to not being on camera during games, but do Geekenders like Octo? Yeah. Hello, it's me, Dodger. Just a meme picture. I thought your shirt said brat this entire Hello, everybody. This is my really low key way of informing you all that I am part of the brat community. Just kidding. I am a rat, though. I have a ceremony to remove the flesh tuber tag. I'll. LGBT brat berserk. What a bold shirt. What a bold shirt, dude. Is there a way for you to be a mushroom but still have the cute background? I think we were talking about that on stream, weren't we? I was thinking about, yeah, like once our background is like kind of solidified, like going to somebody and being like, hi, can you just draw my exact background? Can you make like an art version of exactly what my background looks like? Yeah, Geekenders, maybe like this stream, you know, like whatever our weekend stream is, but. Or just take a picture as the background. That's boring though. Happy Sunday fun day. Yeah. It's Sunday. It's also half-term break. FYI, just so you guys know, I won't be here Tuesday this week. We're going to try to do a family thing while Clark's on half-term break. Excuse me. I tried using the... Okay, we were talking about how sometimes people will buy fake tanner and then use it to like basically do some of their makeup and just have it last for a week. Like if they do, you know, like all this sort of stuff, they'll just do it with fake tanner and then wash it off, and then they just have that like built in on their face for a week, right? Amanda, hi. And I was like, I got some to try it, just as to goof with it. But I got one that is like, it takes like 2 days to fully do anything. And it just goes basically from light skin to light skin. Like, it's not extreme at all. Cause I was like, I just don't want to like really regret this. So I put it on one leg. I put it all over one leg and didn't put it on the other leg. And can I tell you, they look exactly the same. It didn't do anything. It hasn't done anything to me. I think I went too mild. I went too mild with it. So, oops. That's okay though. Yeah, I think you can build it up over time, probably. It's intended to, it's like a moisturizer with like the tiniest bit of tanner in it is the idea, so that you don't put it on and then immediately want to scream because you fucked it up. Yeah, I didn't commit hard enough, I guess. We've talked about so many things today. A good chit chat day, dude. Ah! Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. I've learned about useful stuff and also stuff I'd rather not know, like lizard skin boogers. They're not boogers. It's just the skin around the schnoz and they can't get it out. You pick it out for them. We did talk about baby boogers though. Real boogers. Cat Gang store is dead. Yeah, stuff's getting migrated. Dodger Coffee is totally fine. Cat Gang stuff, yeah, is getting adjusted. We're trying to combine everything into one place. So all of, you know, any like Dodger or Cat Gang clothes and things, any of that sort of stuff would get shipped and resolved and all of that through Dodger Coffee. That's what we're looking into doing right now, is having everything just be on the same hub and come from the same place. Chris Hotaru, thank you very much. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Oh, slime, that's very sweet. We don't sell the cold brew directly anymore though. Unfortunately. We're trying to figure out cold brew alternatives or like a way to do the cold brew. Bubba Hut! Congratulations. I knew the second that I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna make a model where I'm like a monster kid mushroom thing. Someone eventually was gonna be like, are we still the Cat Gang? And I was waiting for it. And you're the first person to say it. And I don't know what you get for that, aside from a round of applause and also I knew someone would say that eventually. Thank God I'm first at something. Yes. Sput joked once that he wished he could be a lifetime sponsor deal for your coffee. Dude, if I could just send my coffee to all of my friends and be like, here you go, bud. I would do that. Yes. Cat ears on the mushroom cap would be very cute. I remember a long time ago when we were talking about potentially doing another Twitch channel that was all like geared towards kid content. We had talked about that forever ago, like doing like a kids channel. And I was like, yeah, it could be called like Kitten Club or something. And a couple different friends of mine immediately looked that up and were like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. There are many kitten clubs that exist, and they are all sex work adjacent. So it would not be a good idea to make something with that name geared towards children. They would find the wrong thing. So, thus, don't do that. Safe search on. Cat Gang Jr. Have you grown a mushroom on the farm yet? Clark keeps finding fungus. She'll pick up sticks and be like, look. She keeps finding like pieces of wood with like weird fungus on them. And my mother-in-law is always like, wash your hands. Christina, she's like poking it, being like, look at this. Yeah. Meow shroom. That's cute. Octo and I were joking. Well, he was streaming and he was talking about like how VTubers get, you know, if you start off as a VTuber, you get this like mysterious sort of aspect to you. And Octo was like, people know my full government name. They know what I look like. They know my whole ass name, the name on my taxes. They know everything. I have no mystique whatsoever. And I was like, bro, same. Same, dude. I feel you on that. You can't, at this point, neither of us can rebrand to be like, oh my gosh, who are they? It's not possible for us. Yeah, my name, Dooger McDex Bonus, the 4th. Yeah. I would not, again, this isn't something that's going to be happening in a long time because it takes a long time to make a model. But I don't think I would, I can't imagine doing a debut stream. I can't imagine it. That's true. You guys know how big my boogers are? Everything. It's just, hey, look at my model. Isn't it cool? I could do that, yeah. Yeah, basically, so many of you know that Sam did a subathon one of the things that has been happening behind the scenes that he's been working on is getting a VTuber model made, because that was one of the things that he said he would do. And one of the people that he was talking to, he basically was like, hey, I am going in a different direction with this, but would you want to talk to my wife? Because she is maybe interested in a model. And so on Valentine's, he was like, hey, I'm going to put you in a DM with this person because they're down to turn you into a monster. And I was like, nice. Because again, we had been talking about how, the longer that I'm a parent and the older I get and all these other things, I'm becoming increasingly more and more and more private. And he was like, I think you would do amazing as a VTuber. I think you've got a great, he's biased. He loves me. But he was like, I think you've got a great personality for it. I think you'd have a lot of fun with it. And these like worries that you have about your privacy would mostly go away, And I was like, sure, that's maybe true. So yeah, he put me in touch with her, and until it's like actually happening and I double check that she's fine with me talking about it, I'm not gonna say who it is. But yeah, I basically sent like I made a Pinterest board and sent a bunch of pictures and all this stuff, and she seems really jazzed to do it, so yeah, it should be fun. Yeah, you're right. Oh my God. It's a her, chat. It turns his wife into a monster on Valentine's Day. Too late. Then we lock anything with your face behind a sub paywall. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Content. Adapt. Overcome. Yeah, it's not going to be moral. But I used a lot of the same pictures that I used for the moral model, like inspo pictures. So very, very grungy, very bioculture, very, just a grungy mushroom person. And I originally was thinking it would be really cool to do kind of what Buff Pup has done, but Buff Pup has been doing this for a long time and sunk a lot of money into an amazing sequence of models here. But over time, it would be really cool to do a thing where it's like there's a more human version and a more monstrous version, depending. But for now, we're just gonna design stuff and then figure out what we want to do. You can just use the Arthur PNG. There we go. Here we go. A wear shroom. Yeah, like that sort of a thing. Yeah. Oh, the dogs. The dogs are going nuts outside. Bark, 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 bark. Bark, 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 bark. They're borking. So much borking. We're going 2D. Yeah. I think it's just easier to, like, 2D models are incredible now. And I think they're just easier to maintain and do shit with. So. Yeah. Yeah, you can do amazing stuff with them. They are still a lot of work and very expensive and take a lot of time. But I honestly really like the look of 2D models. Can translate it to emotes easier as well. You're absolutely right about that. I'm having my first adventure making a 2D model for someone right now, and it's a lot of work. Yeah, I bet. Not sure which ones are considered 2D or 3D. Honestly, like, I feel like at a certain point, and it wasn't that long ago, at a certain point, it was really obvious if something was a 2D model or a 3D model. You can give the effect of 3D with a 2D model so well now that, like, I think sometimes it's hard to tell. Jariku's latest models and rigs have been bordering 3D. Yeah, the stuff that Spatula makes. When I watch those streams, I'm like, I don't... I do not understand how this works. Like, it's wild. I like that both of you, two of you, made a 1D joke at the same time. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think I'm gonna start wrapping up here. Oh fuck! We forgot to do fan art again.
I'm a monster. I am a monster. Only a monster.
Speed run it. I don't. There's so much of it. Maybe we'll say tomorrow. So again, my kid's on half term. So my streams will be starting probably at 1 o'clock. Like our typical kids on break time slot. So maybe we'll say beginning of stream tomorrow. We're gonna go through all of the fan art that's been happening because it's great. It's really great.
Out there they'll revile you as a monster. I am a monster. Only a monster. How can I protect you, boy, unless you always stay in here? Be grateful to me, faithful to me. Do as I say, obey, and stay in here.
I had to finish it, sorry. Okay. I probably fucked up the words a little bit. I haven't seen that movie in forever. Okay, Raspberry Frog Frosting, thank you very much for the 4 months. Robert for the 87. Firestorm for the 47. Chazzy Chaz for the 32. Sandy, again, thank you very much. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Puff Maggie for the 41. Hasmobeen for the 40. Arnar for the gifted sub. Led Dennis for the 18. Taco Prun, again, thank you very much for the gifted sub. Zero for the 83. Akinar, I'm so sorry. I feel compulsed to say your name like that. If you hate that, let me know. Akinar for the 4. Conical Coffee for the 43. Red Entropy for the 18. Dr. Jazzfist for the 76. Jodalern for the 110. Wine Crimes for the 7. Ikari for the 108. Happy 9 years. Thank you so much. Happy anniversary. Shaper Mario for the 11. TSG Kate for the 5. Manda for the 45. Chris Otaru for the 4. TFK for the gifted sub. Thank you very much for the gifted subs, guys. Graded Juice for the 15. Crazy Person for the 88. And Flister for the 50. I've snoozed these ads like 4 times and it says 1 out of 3 snoozes left each time. I'm so confused. I know. I was also noticing that. It is very strange. I forgot to open up Raid Leader. I'm sorry about that, but I will find someone for us. One moment. Do as I say. Obey and stay in. Oh my gosh. Zvesta is doing some really cute little sketches, it looks like. Okay. Raid art by Zvesta. Let me double check the spelling on that. Yeah. Okay. Send you to a cute little art stream. Have fun. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your weekend. I will see you tomorrow. Again, I won't be here Tuesday, and all of our normal streams this week will be 2 hours later than usual. So starting at 1 p.m. GMT, because my kiddo is on break right now. Okay? So thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate it. And I'll see you next time, okay? Bye-bye.